I realized that there was something terribly wrong. And there was a night that there was a night about 9 months into the relationship where I realized that the Herschel I knew, the Herschel I met, was not the only part or the only side of Herschel. And I became afraid. And that night changed everything for me. The next day, I realized, I came to know that there were more than 20 people, personalities inside Herschel. It was traumatizing, to say the least. I did my best over the next 5 to 6 years to support him, to try to help him through it, because I was told that's what I should do. Over the next years, I spent a lot of time with Herschel and with his son Christian, and he spent a lot of time with me and my family as well. We were trying to make a life. And as much as we tried to do that, there was always the mental illness interrupting. It was impossible because of DID. Nothing was as it seemed, ever. There were times that he would introduce himself to me in front of Christian. One by one, I met over 20 people with different voices, different memories, different experiences, different everything. There were times that I felt I saw again the Herschel I met, but most of the time, when I answered the phone or answered the door, I never knew what I was going to get, who I was going to get. It was a very scary time. I ended up losing myself in that process. And that person who's trying to navigate around them and support them becomes codependent. And so I became codependent 100%. Because the only thing that mattered in my life was trying to help Herschel. It was very difficult at that time for me to be there for my children. That has been one of the regrets of my life. My children and I have now sat down and reconciled what they missed, what it cost them, my supporting him instead of myself and my kids. And I feel at peace with that now, but it took a long time. I was not functioning at all. I began writing at the beginning of the relationship because there were times that Herschel didn't know where he was, who he was. He would even tell me, I'm not Herschel. So I began to kind of document every day what was going on. And part of it was for him, I think I started. Well, the beginning, I started writing the Cinderella story, which quickly turned into a nightmare. And then I started writing for him. And then I started writing for me because I was in such an isolated place. Such a humiliating place. I was humiliated with what I allowed in the name of love and in the name of DID. I was involved with the doctors at the time that told me that I was the hope and I was the cure. And you know, when you love someone and you have always felt that love would make a difference, you want to believe that. So I bought into it. And I realized through that through several more years of that, losing myself, that there was no one there to take care of me. I was just a pawn in the whole situation. So finally,